But watch it closely. Now we get to the fun part. Rather than being an original invention for which they're credited by the secular scientific community, and that's fine, we need independent corroboration. Rather than being an original invention, the process was probably within the memory and discussion of older family members who were direct descendants from those who built the ark and were familiar with the pitch used to build the vessel. Birch bark resin would be the perfect candidate for the pitch for the ark. In modern attempts to simulate the process, experiments show that the resin penetrates minute cavities, crevices, and cells during the cooling process. The birch tree has special potential in translocating metals from the soil to the sap, branches, leaves, and bark. And there's the technical reference to support that. Birch bark tree has special ability to take the elements of the soil, particularly heavy metals, if they're available, such as lithium and zinc, and to translocate that, and it finds residence in the sap, in the bark, in the branches, and the leaves. So for remediation purposes, birch bark is an excellent candidate. Watch. It's within the group known as hyperaccumulators, plants capable of accumulating elements to concentrations more than 100 times those found in non-accumulators. And the technical reference is there. Researchers found considerable cadmium and zinc accumulation in various willow, poplar, and birch species in soils that held high levels of heavy metals. Interesting. So that means that birch bark resin could be high in cadmium and zinc. It just likes to pull those out if they're available. And those are conductors. Science texts indicate that cadmium is an excellent electrical conductor, and zinc is a moderate electrical conductor. It is totally possible to use birch bark grown from selected soils that are high in elements such as cadmium and zinc to extract resin that would be an electrical conductor. On the other hand, it would be possible to select birch bark resin grown in soils that were rich in non-conductive elements and in turn produce resins that were insulators. So with birch bark, and consequently birch bark resin, you have the potential for an electrical conductor and an electrical insulator. Now it gets to be fun. As a hardwood, mahogany, and that's what we use to build the ark replica upstairs, also holds special potential. In controlled experiments, the roots, twigs, and leaves of mahogany, Swietenia macrophylla, have extremely large BCFs, that is, bioconcentration factors, indicating that the plant extracted large amounts of cadmium from hydroponic solutions. Due to the high biomass production and cadmium uptake capacity of mahogany shoots, this plant is a potential candidate for remediation cadmium-contaminated sites in tropical areas. Class, you know what's going on? If mahogany or its counterpart were used, as we used upstairs, and it's a porous ring hardwood, if mahogany were used and the pitch were birch bark resin, you have the potential in the wood and the saturation medium to conduct electricity.